All right. Now we got the sound.
All right. Now we got the sound.
Matt, where you at?
Matt, where you at?
All right, so we got sound back now. Now we got the sound back. Okay. This now is an echo on this thing. Hold on, let me clip this out. Yeah. So I see what you was talking about, Matt. I didn't see the bottom one. All right. I'm trying to turn down the speaker here. I can hear myself too much. So basically, what I was talking about is Degen, this trade that I entered. So we are in the private Discord discussing our trades from last week. If you noticed, I called this. This echo is going to kill me here. Hold on. We got to turn on music because the echo was coming out of the speakers. So basically, Matt, can you still hear me? I think you can still hear me now. I just can't. I don't want to hear the music anymore because my voice was coming out of the speakers. So anyways, we was doing this trade here on Bitcoin, and I called it yesterday. That's what these 2 days ago. That's what these arrows were, where I was like, I think price is going to come back down some, go back up for the retrace, and then drop again. Now, it hasn't dropped like significantly, but it was enough to make money. And specifically, the shit coins followed. Now, here's one thing that we did yesterday, the last trade, I guess it was yesterday I entered it, was on Shiba Inu. And I did want to call this out. So this one, I got stopped out on this, right? Going long. I re-entered and made all my money back coming back down. But what happened was I kind of broke my rule. So when you follow the strategy, this way you don't fuck up, basically. So SHIB was looking actually more bullish than Bitcoin. And you could tell. You want to go long strength and short weakness. This pump right here on Bitcoin was not bigger. Let me go to this one. This was not like coming higher than this. This wasn't showing a lot of strength in Bitcoin. But SHIB was showing me some strength here. And basically, it broke out and shot straight up. I knew that was fake, so I shorted and went back down. What my short squeeze strategy is usually to just wait for the pump and then dump, and then you just short the dump all the way back down. Pretty straightforward. But this coin right here, Degen, look at that. Jagged is so many pump and dumps. Every time it goes up, it comes straight back down again. The trick here is take profit. So what I was starting talking about in the stream when y'all couldn't hear me was I've been hearing all this talk about round trips and round trips and round trips. And I'm like, instead of round tripping, take profit. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you holding? I don't know what they holding for when you see the green. And then the main thing is Market Cipher. Down here at Market Cipher, you can see that there's green dots here. That means you're going to go long. Red dot means you're going to go short. On my scalping strategy, you just play it on the 10-minute. So this morning, I got into this morning, like right when I woke up, right? When I saw this green dot on the 10-minute, I even said it in the private Discord. I said, look, this might go lower, but why risk it? I caught the move. I caught this big move straight down. Why risk it? I might as well take the profit. I wanted to kind of stay in it, see if it would be down still for the live stream, but it was hard. You're looking at a lot of profit right here. I just took it. So sure, it did go lower. We could have caught another move down, but you can't. That's what you don't worry about. And I think that's the thing. Some people call it trying to get greedy or whatever. I don't call it getting greedy. I think we're all equally greedy in this business. We're here all for one reason, to make money. You buy because you think it's going up. You sell because you think it's going down. But the point is, basically, take the profit as soon as you see the green dot, because that means the momentum to the downside has stopped and it wants to go up. Now, it went sideways a little bit. Okay, but I don't care. I had to go handle business today. You know what I'm saying? I was in bed for 2 hours and I did this trade this morning. You know what I mean? Like these are the 1 hour candles. So like I got in here and I got out like here. Okay. So why would I wait around all day to see if it continues? You feel me? Just take the profit. I'm sick of round tripping. I mean, I don't even do round trips. So that's the main thing. That's the reason why I always scalp it. And I was like, it was such a lesson to be learned. Basically, though, I was right about this going down and come back up, because the 8 hour, this is what we want to discuss here, was the 8 hour. 2 days ago on the live stream, the 8 hour, you could see the 8 hour red dot. But I was like, just because you get a red dot doesn't mean it's not going to go back up. And that's exactly what it did. Then I entered, and then it came back down. Okay, so that's exactly what happened. Let me see. I've got Phemex there. Let's hide behind this screen. So this one, I stayed in this Bitcoin trade. I got out of the shitcoins because they're too volatile. I wanted to take a profit when I saw them. But I stayed in this just so I could show it to you. So this is Phemex. This is on Phemex. And you can see I got in here. Was this the 1 hour? Yeah. So I got this. Well, here it goes right here. This red line right here. I coulda, shoulda, woulda got out right here. I kind of wanted to see if it would still be going down for this live stream. But basically, the way this works is this dot is not going to appear until you get like significant move to the downside, the 8 hour. The 8 hour, from my experience, is usually a pretty good sign of a reversal if you see a deep 8 hour, especially a deep one. You see I've got this 75 line here on Market Cipher B on the oscillator. If it touches that 75 line, that's pretty deep. You're going to be looking at, it's kind of the opposite of the beach ball holding underwater, shoots up. It's like it went up too high, you threw it up, and now it's going to come back down. So that's to be expected, but it doesn't usually come straight down. It kind of did on this one, but that wasn't as deep of a wave either. It comes down. There's still a lot of movement to the upside, so people don't believe it. They buy the dip, write it back up, but if it doesn't break out, it's probably going to come back down, which is exactly what happened. That's how the whole trade played out, and that was more or less how I played the altcoins. But the thing about the altcoins, this is why I like to diversify with the altcoins too, is that they pump kind of crazy. So like, you know what I'm saying? They you never know. They overshoot. So I'm always watching Bitcoin and the altcoins. So when some of these shot up like this, Shiba Inu, Degen, put on the 1 hour, I'm like, this shit is fake. Basically, I knew it was fake. If you shoot up this high, this fast, but Bitcoin's not even moving up, unless Bitcoin's going to come after it, which is not usually the case. Sometimes altcoins lead, but not right now. And these are going to come back down again. So I felt real safe shorting that. And plus, I was looking at the momentum waves. I'm like, okay, they're rolling over. First the 30 minute comes, then the 45 minute comes. The 1 hour is coming, especially as you get closer and Bitcoin isn't there. And I had just woke up in the morning. It's like, what is it, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. So I didn't catch the exact top. But basically, it was confirmed that it was coming back down again. And that was when I decided to go in. And we were talking about it in the Discord this morning for like a couple hours. And then I got out. I'm like, I'm going to go do the rest of my day. And I went a little bit longer. I closed out my Shiba Inu short. Closed that out somewhere down here. Same deal. Could have gone lower, sure. But like, this for whatever reason was a hot ticker. And that's the thing. The altcoins, you never know which one is going to get hot. And when it get hot, it might just start running. So that's why you cut your losses. You just make sure you set your stop loss at something manageable, because once they run, they're going to run, especially if they're relatively bullish to Bitcoin. Because then it's like the slightest uptick in Bitcoin and they're like, oh, we're going to the moon. And of course, nothing ever goes to the moon. Okay. Nothing ever goes to the moon. It only goes to the moon for that like hour or two, or maybe that morning, or, maybe you make it till the afternoon or whatever. You got about half a day. Okay. If Bitcoin ain't moving. Now, Bitcoin's moving like in that ridiculous fervor, like the time after the election or whatever. Okay. Everything was pumping like crazy, right? Believe it or not, I made money shorting during that time period too, because I'm real short term, but long bias was the best play on that. Now, the thing about it is, if you're still utilizing these dots, you know that you can get out before the reversal even come, before a massive move on your reversal blows up in your face. And that's why I kind of want to talk about this last time too. That's why I developed a strategy to be on the 10-minute waves. I find that, and this is kind of important, I find that anything longer than that, and you might get that big crypto smack in your face, especially on an altcoin. Bitcoin moves slower, but on an altcoin, where this big old waterfall comes all the way down or something. On a 10-minute, these are 10-minute candles. That red dot started here. So even let's say you were going long, because you were like, okay, I'm going to go long on this red dot right here. On this green dot right here, right? This is a good example right here of one that it didn't work. However, you still would have saved yourself. Let's say you went long on this green dot right here. You're like, okay, this is a bullish divergence, right? We got the price coming down and we got the momentum waves going up, right? You had a legitimate reason to believe that, let's say. right? This was going up and price was generally coming down, right? You could say, oh, on a 10-minute chart, that's a bullish divergence. So let's say you decide to enter here. I'm telling you, the moment you saw this red dot, you should be out. Because if you had fought the red dot, is what I say, don't fight the red dot, then the big waterfall comes. You could survive this. You only lose a couple dollars in trading fees or whatever right here. Or maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not killing your portfolio to be down a little bit on this little bit. But if you were waiting on a higher time frame, it would have started biting you. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, the 20-minute. When did they finally give a dot on the 20-minute? What was that here? You know what I'm saying? I don't know when exactly. You have to see it in real time to see when exactly this dot showed up. But if it was at the bottom of this candle, that's a much bigger move than here. Because basically the big waterfall has started. And I find that on the 10-minute dot, you're not going to get something blowing up in your face that badly. You know? Now, you could say, okay, well, why not the 5-minute dot? The problem with the small waves is you get too many false signals. There's just a little too many. Now, maybe you could cheat, you know? I do cheat ahead. I look at the 5-minute dot. Oh, let me say that was my biggest weakness. Ride the blue wave, go broke like a hobo. He quoted my song right there. Exactly. Ride the blue wave or go broke like a hobo. I was talking about this right here in the song. Join the Market Cipher. So the 5-minute dot, okay, yeah, you would have said, yeah, but you would be in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Then you would get killed by fees on this flat part. You see what I'm saying? It's just a little bit too much. That's why I might cheat ahead on that. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have done it, which is why I didn't. I got out. This is the other thing, too. Look, you caught the move. You know what I'm saying? I caught this move. That was the play. It worked. You know what I'm saying? My TA worked. I got to here. This sideways bullshit and you don't know what's going to happen. It could go either way. Forget all that. I don't even want to trade. You know what I'm saying? Let me know when there's something that's about to happen. I hate the sideways shit. You know, and that's also why it's harder to see when you start going on the big time frames. Like, was this just going to move sideways or what? You know, what's going on? You can't tell as much here. And I know some people think that this is, you know, we got green dots here, and we're bullish. Technically, we are bullish because the 1 day does not have a red dot here. But that don't mean this is going to the moon. You know what I'm saying? It remains to be seen. I can't predict the future days in advance as easy as I can hours in advance, okay? And anybody who tells you they can is a charlatan. Another one, too, by the way. Anybody who tells you a price prediction, meaning they give you an actual number of a price, but they don't tell you a time of when that's supposed to happen, that's a charlatan. I'm going to say it right to the camera. If you out there telling people a price prediction, but you don't say when it's going to happen, you're full of shit, all right? It don't matter. Everybody gets to be right once. Everyone's a broken clock in this business. Like I say, Bitcoin's going to 75K. When is that going to happen? I don't know. Eventually. Well, that ain't no price prediction. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's hella fake. I need to know when, bro. Like, what are you talking about, man? These markets go up and they go down and they zigzag all like crazy. You can't just be over here talking about, well, one day it'll do this. And then of course, then they run in victory laps when it finally happens. Meanwhile, like, you could have had like a half a dozen trades in between that time, even like swing trades. Like, it's like, come on, man. So I don't even really usually make price predictions because my whole entire philosophy is that markets run off momentum and you take what the market gives you. And that's what these waves are for down here. The waves are going to show you when to enter and when to exit. So anyway, we're going to move on from that for a minute. Oh, I did want to talk about this. Trading the stock market open. I did want to talk about that because that was when we got in. Okay, so all the action today happened when the stock market opened. And the U.S. stock market for my international folks. So I'm in the West Coast. U.S. stock market opens at 6:30 a.m. If you notice, that's when all the shit hit the fan, right? Just about 6:30, around then, right? So this is 3, 4, 5, right here. 6 a.m. was the biggest candle of the day. You see right here? Now, here's a strategy, okay? There's a good argument to say never trade the open, right? Sometimes I don't even want to trade the open. I just want to watch it, see what happens. Because usually, I know this is crypto, but a lot of times crypto will be volatile during the stock market open as well, especially this cycle now that TradFi has their greasy hands all over Bitcoin. So basically, sometimes it's like, usually what happens, I'll be honest with you, they usually go in one direction for 15 minutes, and that's just a fake out, and then they reverse on you. And then that's what the trend is for the day. A lot of times that's what happens. I wonder if that happened exactly today. Right? There's a little green candle. What time is that? 550. They give a little upswing and then it went down. Sometimes literally right at the opening bell, that'll happen. Doesn't look like that really happened today. Let's see, 630 was right here. But yeah, you see, look, right here, this next 10 minutes, everything tanked. This is Shiba Inu, right? This is the open. Oh, no, this is the open right here. Oh, yeah, you see there's a long wick right here where stock market went down, went up, and then it just tanked, right? So one strategy you can do is you got to do your 3-to-1 ratio strategy, okay? You got to do your thing where it's like, either I'm going to cut my losses at -1% and take my profit at +3% or whatever is the amount of money, that you're doing on that particular trade. And you just live with it, right? It's kind of like a coin flip. The good thing about it is that because there's so much volatility in the morning, it's possible if you have a deep enough stop loss, it's possible that you could win that trade roughly half of the time, right? Based on whatever other TA you do. This is more of a bankroll strategy, right? You put in the thing, I don't really use this thing, but you put in the thing and you're like, okay, you make it your 3-to-1. Let's say, if we could just get this. I hate this thing just because it's so cumbersome. But let's say, okay, you put in your 3-to-1 and like on a day like today, you would have lost, right? But you would have cut your losses at 1. But look how much it continued to run. If that had just been the reverse, right? We erase this one. If that had been the reverse, where we at? Short position. If that had been the reverse, you would have won. You see what I'm saying? Never wants to be precise. Got to hold shift. Okay. So what are we looking at? Rister, that's 1.89 actually. Okay, so let's say where's 3-to-1? Boom. Right there's about 3-to-1. You would have won. So I almost want to try this as an experiment, like every single day. And this is SHIB. You would need something. Well, listen, money is always relative, so it depends on whatever ticker you want. I would suggest doing it with the volatile ticker, so that way, like, if it goes in your favor, it goes. If you did this every single day, or at least 5 days a week, because stock market is not crypto, only 5 days a week, all you gotta do is be right, like, I don't know the exact math, like 40% of the time, and you would break even. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a 3-to-1 ratio. So if you were right half the time, you'd be rich forever. You get what I'm saying? You'd win $3 or $300 or $3 million every time, and you would lose $1 million only every other time. If you only won half the time, you'd be rich. So really, it's just a bankroll management strategy. Now, of course, the fear, the thing that, of course, with just my luck, what happened, it would go like this, and then you get stopped out, and then it would go down, right? That's the part that no one wants. That's the one you don't want to have happen. But I'm just saying, like, this is why you always risk only 1% of your portfolio just in case some weird stuff start happening. But if you had reason to believe this is dropping, which I did today based upon the big old spike in the altcoins, that Bitcoin didn't give me that spike, I went short and it worked. I could have just, that'll probably hit, man. Like, that'll probably hit a lot. Again, I rather go by the momentum waves, but that is a strategy you could do on the open every day where it's like heads I win, tails I break even. I guess that's not the proper analogy, but it's tails -1 and heads if you win, it's +3. It really is just like a straight up 3-to-1 bet. That can make money over time. It's just a bankroll management strategy. And you could decide whatever strategy you want to decide on how you get there. The point is, at the open has the most volatility, so you'll get a big move. It's like the trend is your friend. If it wants to go down, it's going to keep going down, and you can catch that 3-to-1. You get what I'm saying? If you were wrong right at the open, cut your losses because it probably would have kept going up, right? So that's basically it on that strategy. We might revisit that on some days. I don't really do it that often. I usually like to watch the open, but like it depends. I woke up this morning, and my thesis from the day before was unraveling right in front of my eyes. So I was like, I'm going to take it. What else? We're going to wrap this up. Mad that I started out with no sound. That was my bad. The mic was muted. Okay. Show me trades. Oh, we're going to pick the, okay. Oh, this is what I want to tell you guys too. So what I want to do, because this goes back to the Shiba Inu trade, right? So initially, SHIB, I shouldn't have gone long in SHIB because it was not looking bullish compared to Bitcoin. It was not looking bearish compared to Bitcoin. When you want to trade shitcoins, always compare them to Bitcoin if they're looking bullish or bearish. And what I'm going to do to help out my private Discord members is I'm going to just go down my list. I got a long ass list. I don't know. I got about 200 tickers here. I'm going to scroll down, and we'll say 100 of them I'm more focused on. Okay. So what I'll do is we got Kristen in there. Hello. How you doing, man? Welcome to the Cassius Cuvée party. We're going to turn up some music here in a second, brother. Cassius Cuvée party. But basically, I got a lot of tickers here. And in my private Discord, what I want to do is show people what is bullish and what is bearish for the day, or recently. I'll say like this week or the past few days. These tickers have been relatively bullish versus Bitcoin, and these tickers have been relatively bearish. I just made some channels in there this morning. Let's see. Yep. Try to always be on the charts between 7 and 11 a.m. Eastern. Okay, so you're probably a little before me. And can I get your Discord link, sir? Yes. My Discord link. It's going to be in the description of this video. I think you guys can already see it in there. But let me see if I can just plop it in here real quick. Let me see if that works real quick. Where can I get the Discord link? Somebody help me out if you got the Discord link. Give it to the man here. But let me see. It should be in the description of this. Can you get into the description of this, Christian, while we're watching it? Should be in there. I'm trying to see here. I don't have too many windows open at once. Yo, the link is in the description. Yeah, the link's in the description. Right on. So, yeah, so basically, and Discord is free, by the way. All you got to do is use my Phemex code, this one up here, to sign up. The Phemex code, GMMNX5. Just create an account with Phemex. What I want you to do, Kristen, is instead of giving me the $99 a month for my Discord, deposit that into your account. You feel me? So that way you got $99 to trade with. I want you to win at trading. I'm not really trying to make money off of y'all. I'm trying to make y'all some money, okay? So basically, what do you say? Bro, ain't working. The link ain't working? The link for the Discord ain't working? Hold on. That should be working. Let me see. Check that myself this morning. I'm about to pull it up. Pulling up right now. What Andrew's saying. It says it's invalid. What the fuck? Hold on, bro. That should not be an invalid link. Oh, that is the wrong link. I don't know why. This is weird. For some reason, on the live stream, they be uploading the old description, even though I put in the new description. Let me put in a new description. Let me see if I can do that right now. I don't know why. That's hella weak. Hold on one second. Why the hell it did that? Oh, yeah, that's the fucking old one. Okay. Every single other video on my channel should have the correct one. So let me go back. It's just this Discord. Just this live stream for some reason. Let me pull up another one. Every other video should have it. I'm going to paste it in here. After the video, I can go ahead and change that description. Actually, maybe I can just do it right now. Let me see. I don't want the Market Cipher video, though. Let me go to the other one. Go back. I don't know why. Of course, it's doing this shit here. I can't even see if this is going to work. I don't know if that's going to work. It just says Discord. I'm trying to give you the actual link. That is bullshit, though, because I put that correct link in there. So I don't know why it does the upload. For some reason, the way live streaming works on here, everything is different. Oh, how much can you get started with on my trading strategy? Whatever you got. You don't. I just want, if you got $99, deposit that into your Phemex account, okay? And then that way you'll have some money to play with. That's enough to at least get started. That's enough to get started for sure. We got to get you the Discord link, though. Hold on a second. This video has a shortened link, not the real link. Damn, why do they do that every time? Maybe I just copy it from the browser. So let me see if that works. All right, I just put a link in the chat. See if that works real quick. That should be the correct link right there. Let me see if I can put that in the description of this video now. All right, that one's in there now. I'm gonna go back and make sure that this description is correct. That kind of pisses me off because I had put that in there. I fixed everything, and then that one got screwed up. All right, that's pretty much it for today, but I'm glad you called out that the link wasn't working. I mean, it was the wrong link, so that way we get the right one in there for sure. All right, cool. Appreciate that, Matt. All right, we're going to get it popping, man. So what's weird about this time is that when I play the music, my voice is coming out the speaker also, so I can't have the music in the background. I don't know why I didn't do that shit last time, but it's doing it this time. It's a mystery. Oh, I know why, because I got the live out down here. Hold on a second. I had the live on my other computer that got the music. All right, that's why. What the fuck? All right, check it out. I done came a long ways. Put on some beat. I'm going to spit one for y'all before I get out of here. Even in my blings. Hold on, check it out. I stepped off the jet, go straight to rock a show for my people. Decentralized social met the founder of DSO. Popped a bunch of bottles, party all night long. The next day, me and D. Marie recorded a song. I'm just a boy from the Bay. What more can I say? Went to NFT LA and stayed for more than a day. Met Austin and Aaron at the VIP, checking with the best crypto news show. You gotta respect them. Special shout out to Devin and Rich repping Superworld. Went to a party, met a real life Supergirl. Whenever I seen Kylan, she was always smiling. She'd be lighting up the praise booth without even trying. I done came a long ways from the days when I was struggling. A crab in the bucket, then mad when they was rugging them. But now I flip the script, take a trip and we can have a ball. And hit the strip with more drip than Niagara Falls. My little bitch so thick it's no refuting her. She told me that this Web3 life is seducing her. She want me to full of confidence to the fullest. I'm like altcoin daily, baby, always bullish, yeah. If you get with me, then baby we gon' see if you meant to be in the lifestyle. If you get with me, then baby we gon' see if you meant to be in the lifestyle. In real life, in real life, in real life, in real life. In real life, you fucking with some ballers, y'all. I will be at Bitcoin in Las Vegas this year. So make sure you holler at your boy Cassius Cuvée. If you come to Bitcoin, we're going to be making it live like a movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show up with the models, popping bottles. Man, we might even film a music video. You feel me? So, like, make sure you tap in with me. If you see me down there at Bitcoin, ooh, it's going to be lit. I'm already juiced up. We got about 2 months for that. I think it starts on the 27th. Oh, let's see. Okay, we got the right on to the chat, man. We're going to have to do some, definitely going to do some more interactive music shit, man. With the mic not working at the beginning, that was a major fuck up, but we're going to be back in this thing next time, man. I'm going to try to do as many of these. I'm going to try to go every day that I can do it. Like, I don't care if it's 7 days a week, 6 days a week. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to hop on here as much. Anytime I got some alpha, bro, that's really what I want because, man, this whole trade played out perfectly. You know what I'm saying? People in Discord can vouch for me on this one. And the people who are in the last trade. This trade, we called this one. Let me go back up. So, yeah, what I was saying in the Discord, what I want to do is give you guys the tickers every day. I want to give you some shortcuts. I got the list, right? I've been studying this damn list for a fucking year. And every day I can go through it pretty quickly. Like, I know what to look for. All I'm looking for are these tickers bullets? So these ones up here I need to rearrange the list. Some are bullish relative to Bitcoin and some are bearish, okay? Most of them are bearish, right? Most tickers are bearish, you know what I'm saying? So basically, what we do is when we go to do the scalping strategy, and I'm going to go over the scalping strategy one more time before I cut this off. When we go to do the scalping strategy, if you know you want to have a bias to the downside, if you're bearish, pick a ticker that is relatively bearish. If you're like, man, we hot right now, which, you know, relatively bearish compared to Bitcoin. It's always compared to Bitcoin. Go long. I don't usually go both. You could go long here, short here, long here, short here. You could do that. I usually just pick one and then I wait for it, the time to be in the way. Because this is why. I'll show you why. This is the 1 hour right here. This is, what is this? Shiba Inu? Right. This is Shiba Inu. First, you want to see the 1 hour. in whatever color you're looking. Like, okay, it's green right now. We think it's going up. So we know, like with this candle, remember, you don't see all of this yet, but you know that this candle right here is green, and now we're bullish, right? When that happens, you want to zoom in on the 10-minute, and what you're going to do it. And so let me see exactly what time. It's hard to go back and do this, which is why there's going to be a day when I can do this in real time and show you guys. Like, you don't want to just do it for no reason. You fuck around and lose some money. But right here is 1800. 1800. So now we're going to go back to the 1800. Where exactly, this is the 10-minute chart now. Where exactly is 1800? Right here. So I don't know in history the exact moment when that turned green, right? But it was somewhere around here, 1800, right? So now, naturally, that means the 10-minute dot was still green also. You got to wait. You got to sit there and wait. You got to hurry up and wait. What's going to eventually happen is you're going to get a red dot on the 10-minute. You're still waiting, right? Because our bullish is to the long side. You're waiting. You're waiting. You're waiting. As soon as you see the next green dot, that's when you go in. Now we're long, okay? We would have seen this dot, we go long. Boom. Now we're riding it. Uh-oh, going against it. As soon as we see the red, you get out. Then, as soon as it turns green, you go in again. You're riding it. As soon as it turns red, you get out. As soon as it turns green, red. You keep doing that all the way until the 1 hour gives you a red dot. So you know that 1 hour move has ran out. That's basically it, right? In which case, it would have been all the way to here, happened at 1 in the morning. So for however long, how many hours you got to sit down, maybe take 4 or 5, 3, 4, 5 hours, and you're just in and out of those 10-minute waves that whole time. And because the 1 hour is that's the wind at your back, you're basically buying the dip every time it dips on the 10-minute candle waves. That's it. That's basically it. You're buying, it's like the trend is your friend, but we're buying the dip and we're taking profits. We're batting singles. And let me tell you something that adds up. So like, for example, on Breakout Prop, where they give you, let me go back to Breakout Prop over here, where they give you $100,000 to trade with, this is a discount code right here. You got $100,000, right? So I always recommend getting $100,000, and I'll tell you why. They have lower amounts, but it's $800 to purchase. The way it works is you purchase an evaluation. This discount code gives you a little bit off of that evaluation, and it gives a little credit to me. So I appreciate if you use my discount code, but also you get it for cheaper, so there's no reason not to use it. GGRF7W. So you go in, you say, I want $100,000. It costs $800. You put in a code, you get a few dollars off. What happens is you get an evaluation account. What you're actually paying for is the evaluation, right? They don't just give any schmuck off the street $100,000, right? You got to know how to trade. So what you got to do is prove yourself first. You got to get $10,000 before you lose $6,000. Can't lose more than $4,000 in one day, but you have as much time in the world as you want to do it. Okay. So just because you have $100,000 does not mean you got to use your whole bankroll. Use $1,000. Hell, use $500. I don't care if you're learning, use the minimum, but it's better to have the bankroll because as you get better, you're going to want to scale up. And every single person who starts with the small bankroll, they end up getting breached, which means you did the negative 6%, not $6,000. It's 6% of whatever it is. Like if you did the smaller amount of money, and that's because you're like, man, like $5,000 ain't that much money, and you know what I'm saying. But you try to use 1,000 of the $5,000. That's 20%. So now, but 20% is like a big bankroll. If you don't know what you're doing, it goes against you. I say get to $100,000. Now, when you use $5,000, you're only using 5%, but it's like real money. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're actually making like a difference here. And then you get better. Now you can use $10,000. I'm only using 10%. When I was making like, God, I really don't like to talk about how much money I make. Some people, that's what they believe in. I don't believe in that, like for security reasons. But Breakout Prop, we all know what it is. I got $100,000 bankroll, right? So I would use, I'll say, depending on the ticker, between 10 and 20 grand of it. Okay. So you might got like 20 grand to play with. You don't even got to use the other 80 grand unless you're really in deep and you like, I know this is going to reverse, which is of course dangerous, but I only use that when I'm doing a weird short squeeze strategy, which we'll look at another day, because the short squeeze strategy, that's how you make money so fast. That's why I love Degen. It kind of happened on Degen. It kind of happened on Sheep. That's kind of what happened here. I was like, okay, enough's enough. This shit is getting, I don't know if you want to call it a short squeeze or what, but that shit ain't going to last forever. So when I woke up in the morning, I seen it. It turned around. It was already, I was like, okay, we already are heading down again. This is bullshit. And that's why I entered on this line, right? I caught it right before, too. This is the 1 hour, a little bit hard to see. Let's say, I'm sure I was zoomed in on the 10-minute or even the 1 minute. I don't know. But let's see. I must have entered, I probably entered here. What time is this? 5:30? No, it wasn't. I entered here. Like 6:10. I probably entered here, 6:10, something like that. damn, that's not a bad entry. I mean, obviously I would have loved to be up here, but like that shit ain't bad. And because this was fake to me, considering Bitcoin hadn't done that big of a move. Bitcoin had only done, where the hell are we? Bitcoin hadn't shot way up like that. Yeah, because this is Bitcoin. That would have been way up here if that was Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin hadn't done that. Where am I? See how this is where Bitcoin was at, down and around here. She went, brrr. I was like, okay, this is fake. You know what I'm saying? This is fake. Like basically that big old move up was this move here. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's fake. So I don't know if you want to call that a short squeeze per se, but basically it got over its skis. You know what I mean? And then also you're still doing your regular technical analysis down here on this stuff. But what it tells me is I'm going to get that big move back to the downside if Bitcoin drops. I'm going to catch it. And that's what happened. It basically paid bigger. It's almost like saying they paid bigger than I deserve to get. But it's like, what the reality is, it didn't have no business being up this high. Everyone was talking about the bull market is back. Bitcoin didn't really move, but some of the shit coins did. And that was your opportunity. You just got to wait, though. And that's the hardest part. I fall victim to this, too. You go in too early sometimes. And that might be okay. You get stopped out a little bit and you re-enter it. That's fine. But it's better to try to wait for a confirmation, right? Like this was in the middle of the night or something, so I didn't trade this, but I could see myself maybe entering here, getting stopped out, and then re-entering. That could happen, you know what I mean? But you would make up for it when all this came back down again. Like this shit was not gonna happen. A lot of times you'll get it on the second momentum wave, right? This is actually right here. This is a bearish divergence. Actually, this is what happened, right? The momentum waves are going down. I guess it's not really on the momentum wave chart. Let me get rid of that. Don't have much space here. My coveted oscillator. I love the oscillator. Yeah, so technically this is a bearish divergence because the price was going up, right? So for those who don't know, a divergence is when the oscillator is doing one thing, but the price is doing the opposite thing. So it's bearish if price is going up, but momentum slowing down. And this is, I'm telling you, I love momentum so much. This is what determines the direction of price. This is all you fucking need, man. I mean, you do the other shit on top of it, but this is 80% of the cake. The rest is frosting, okay? Nobody just eats the frosting and no cake unless you're a psycho, all right? Focus on the cake, which is down here, and then the price chart is the frosting. Because if this ain't right, I don't give a damn what this is. That's why I don't give price predictions. I don't know where this is going. It might go hella high, but you know, as long as the momentum's going up, sky's the limit. But as soon as that rolls over, you see it starts rolling over, it's gonna reverse. You're not gonna have this go a million bumps down and this just keeps going up. Like eventually, that divergence is gonna happen. There's gonna be a waterfall. We got the clip there. Matt, you're the best at pulling out clips, Matt. I appreciate you too, man. You be finding the gems and highlighting them for me. Appreciate that. But it's the real though. It's usually, and this is what happens. Someone like me, when you get anxious, I watch the chart so closely, I'm like ahead of the curve a little bit. So like, I might think, oh man, the reversal's happening here, but it's usually not the first one, you guys. It's usually the second one, which again makes sense. That is the divergence, right? So you're anxious to jump in here, but really what you should do is hurry up and wait. I wouldn't go long or short. I would just sit it out. And then you got to wait. I mean, these are 10-minute candles. That's not the longest wait in the world. Oh, also, oh my God, I got to tell you guys this. You can set alerts. That's a huge one. You can set alerts. So you could tell it to tell you when there's going to be a green dot or whatever on Market Cipher. And you can set those alerts. The alerts are big. So I'm off cooking in the other room or working out or doing whatever the hell else I'm doing. Editing a damn video, just so you guys know. Content creation is a real pain in the ass and time consuming as hell. So I appreciate everybody who likes and shares all my stuff because I do put like hella time into this shit. Appreciate you. If you can subscribe to my channel and share it with people and all that kind of stuff. I'm not big on the shilling stuff. But anyways, setting the alerts will bring your attention to like, okay, this is about to happen. Or maybe like you got to get a feel for what's good for you, right? My strategy works on the 1 hour and a 10 minutes. So I for sure have like alerts on that. Oh, and by the way, in my Discord, I have alerts on another, it's not Market Cipher, but it is another oscillator. So it tells you when the 1 hour is bullish or bearish and when the 10-minute is bullish or bearish for Bitcoin. That's in the Discord underneath scalping. So like, let's say you don't have all of this stuff right here. There's at least something in there to trigger it. It's not going to be quite as accurate because the way the dots work is that they will appear and then they'll disappear. I can only make it at the close of the candle, so that means the dot was there when the candle closed, which is not actually a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. But basically, it's like an alert, so you could check. It's like you could test the temperature. If you're in my Discord, you could check the temperature of what the market is doing right now, because you can look at it and say, okay, well, the last dot was bullish, and now we've had a green, red, green, red, green, red, and a 10-minute, and it's still bullish. Man, things must be going in that direction. I mean, obviously you can look at the price chart too, but that kind of gives you a indication of when. Like, I don't want to really start the strategy until I get a dot change on the 1 hour, because you don't want to be at the end of the move, right? The move is like already over. Like, if I'm getting down here, this is all I got left. I'm like, maybe I'll wait that out, or maybe I'll wait for the reversal if I see a scam wick to the downside starting to reverse. It's doing the beach ball under the water. Boom, right? You see how there's a wick right here? It's always a wick on a reversal. Risk versus reward. The wicks are a good place to enter. Now you say, okay, well, how did I know it was a wick? Well, no, you didn't know it was a wick initially, but when you saw that first wick and that bounce back up, it's like the momentum is coming back to the upside. So, yeah, you're not going to catch the exact bottom, but maybe you catch it right here. You know what I'm saying? That next candle open, and we got a long ass, it's called a doji candle, by the way. It's called a doji candle, D-O-J-I. And what it looks like a little hammer or something. It means we got a long ass wick and a small body, and it's at like a peak or a valley. It's oftentimes, not always, it's often a sign of a reversal. And again, you can cross-reference it with the momentum waves. You'll see this. You get what I'm saying? And you can catch an entry, and that might be the bottom of the reversal. Again, all the time frame. I'm looking at all the time frames. I know my strategy is the 1 hour, 10 minute, but I'm looking at all the time frames. I'm still watching this stuff roll up into this, which rolls up into this, and so forth. Right? Let's do it on Bitcoin. Always do my T on Bitcoin, but then I expand out to my shit coins that are. I have to make the decision if I want to trade a coin that is way more volatile than Bitcoin, or one that's mostly in line with it, but just a little more beta. You kind of make that decision based upon the circumstances you're in. For example, we just got an alert. Bitcoin 10-minute. Okay, bullish. All right. Let's see. So I got the Bitcoin 10-minute bullish. Yep, right here. Green dot. So, for example, Myra. We shorted Myra. So this is what I pointed this out too. Guys in the Discord noticed. I pointed this out when Myra was down here. I said I should just take the profit. I was trying to keep an example for the live stream. I was like, I should just take the damn profit. You know, we're down here. And then it ended up going against me and coming all the way back up and getting stopped out. So you got to be fucking kidding me right now. But anyways, the point is, that's why I woke up today, and that's why I started this stream talking about take your profit. All these people talking about round trip this and round trip that. Man, fuck all of that. We got to make sure that we take our profit, because especially on the altcoins, and especially using leverage. So, we didn't get into it this time. I'm going to have to do a little bit more deep dive on leverage. There is a way to use leverage to your advantage, but the higher the leverage, you got to be more careful. So for folks who are new, we had the guy who just was on here. What's his name? Kristen. Start small with leverage. When I say small, I mean 2x or 3x, not 10x or higher. And you just do it on Bitcoin to get a feel for it. To me, Bitcoin, like 50x is like standard. Okay. That's crazy for some people though. But Bitcoin doesn't give me enough volatility. Whereas the shit coins give you hella volatility. So basically, you want to try to use low leverage when you're learning, like on Bitcoin, and then you increase it a little bit more, and then you expand out to some shit coins, maybe ones that aren't doing nothing too crazy. A couple of shit coins that are, not everything's a shit coin, I guess, but a couple altcoins that are kind of in line with Bitcoin, but not crazy volatility, are like BNB, Binance coin, For whatever reason, Bitcoin Cash, it has its moments. BNB is one of my favorites, though. Shiba Inu kind of proved me wrong yesterday, but SHIB usually is a Bitcoin play, a little more beta. I would say it used to be more beta compared to Ethereum, but Ethereum's been such dog shit that, like, I don't know what the hell is that. Listen, if you ever want to short something that ain't that volatile, pick Ethereum. Okay. Sorry, ETH maxis, but like for trading, ETH has been bearish. It just dropped below 2,000 again, I think, today. Like, that's a safe bet to short. Okay. That one's not going to blow up in your face to the long side. That's a safe one to short if you're doing the strategy, okay? ETH is a great one. But, you just want a little more volatility. Oh, one more thing, too, about Breakout Prop, since we're looking at Breakout Prop up here. The way Breakout Prop works, remember, you pay for the evaluation and they give you the large sum of money. But it's not leverage trading. That's why it's allowed in the United States and everything without a VPN or nothing. But the way it works is, additionally, on top of the fact that they're giving you all that cash to trade with, there's actually built-in leverage that never changes. So on Phemex, you can adjust your leverage, which is cool because you're like, okay, this time I want to do 10x, or this time I want to try 20, see what it's like. You don't do that on here. You would just adjust your bankroll, right? So instead of using a whole 100 grand, I'm just going to use 10 grand or 20 grand, right? But, and this is the key, Bitcoin and Ethereum have 5x leverage built in underneath them. What that means is if you really, let's say you're really gutsy and you're like, I know Bitcoin's going to the moon. I know this news event is going to pop it or whatever, right? You could take, I'm not recommending this. I'm saying you could do this theoretically. This is the limits of Breakout Prop. If you took your whole $100,000 and put it on Bitcoin, that's actually the equivalent of $500,000. So for $800, you're getting $500,000 of trading power in Breakout Prop. Same with Ethereum. Now, the other coins, they have 2x leverage built in, which, again, is cool because they get real wild. 2x leverage on a shitcoin that you already got like 20 grand on, it moves faster than you think. When you guys try Breakout Prop, I highly suggest you get to 100 grand, but then start small. Start with $500, $100, whatever it is, $1,000. It's easy to add more money. That won't be a problem because you'll be like, man, I want to make more money. Let me put on 10 grand. Let me put on 20 grand. Then all of a sudden it goes against you. You got to cut your losses fast if you got a $20,000 position because there's that leverage underneath it. That 20 is really like 40, right? Or that 20 is really like 100 if it's Bitcoin or Ethereum. So definitely want to call it out for Breakout Prop. I could ramble on and on forever, you guys. What I'm going to try to do in the future too, and I mentioned this at the end of the last stream, is I want to bring on guests, but I definitely bring in some female energy up in here. All right? So do me a favor. Look right at the camera. Says, invite your female friends. This is not going to be a normal crypto sausage fest. Your boy Cassius Cuvée got too much game to only give it to the brothers. All right? We need to get some women up in here. So for show, invite your lady friends, girlfriends, whatever, your trader friends, some women who are interested in learning the new stuff. Let me know if you're new too, because I want to go over some of the stuff so new people don't get lost. But I have a lot of female friends who are in crypto. I'm gonna bring on some guests. And we're going to have more of a dialogue, so I don't just ramble on about your shit about trading. I have a wealth of knowledge in my brain. My struggle is to try to get it out in an organized manner. And the reason it's a struggle is because everybody's at a different level. So what I really want you to do is ask me questions. Like, what is it that you want to know about? Man, I swear to God, I done touched every corner of these fucking markets, man. I know about stocks, options, all that shit. But focused on leverage trading because I think it's more straightforward, right? It's like, I got $100, I want to 10x it, or whatever. I got $10,000, I want to 10x it, That's easier than like options trading where there's time decay and volatility crush and all kind of shit, bruh. It's like IV crush, even if you guess right, you still could lose money because the value of the contract would go down. Whereas leverage in crypto is pretty straightforward. The only hang up is that the farther you go out in leverage, your liquidation point shrinks. It's not exactly a 1-to-1. So basically, it's still better. It's only when you start getting real high at 30, 40, 50, 60 leverage where you start noticing. Like go ahead and just try to put a dollar or whatever minimum is on 100x leverage. You will see that your liquidation point is not at minus 100% or whatever the hell it is. It's like at minus like 55%. It depends on the coin, because actually they have what you'll notice in there, the margin percentage and all that shit. What do they call it? Margin maintenance. It's not the same on every ticker, and it can change also, by the way. And that's another thing to watch out for. Shit coins will change up on you on the funding fees. That has happened to me before, right? Because I'm trading some real shitters, right? And I'm holding a position overnight or whatever, and I was up. It wasn't a big position. I was up only like, I don't know what I was up, like $500. Not that much I was up, right? It was a short. And I was like, yeah, I'm winning. And I looked up, and they gave me the notice. They emailed me and told me that the funding rate had changed. And I was like, okay, well, so what? I'm telling you, when they change the funding rate on one of those I'm talking the real shit coins, right? What will happen is the fees will hit you all at once. It's like a couple times a day or something. The schedule, I don't know the exact schedule. All of a sudden, they taking away $50 at a time, $100 at a time. I was like, whoa, all my profit was gone just on the fees. So I'm thinking it'll be like, oh, maybe it'll be $10 instead of $5. Nah, son. They'll take your whole bag on fees. Basically, what they're trying to do is phase out this coin, because remember, I was shorting it too. So the more it's going down, the less liquidity, all that kind of shit. They trying to phase it out, and the way they do that is by raising the funding fee, and they get you on that. So even though I was up, I remember that just ate into my profits, and so I just cut loss. I mean, didn't cut losses, but just like take the profit, get out. Because right now I'm shorting like, I don't know, like 45 shit coins right now. I caught the top. I have to watch those funding fee alerts like regularly, because if I see it says funding fee or like Mother got delisted or something. My Mother was one of my favorite coins to short. You know, the Iggy Azalea coin. Man, I love shorting that fucking coin. That and Degen were like my two favorites, but it's not listed no more. And so like, if I had just been holding it the whole time but not watching for the alerts, like basically, I don't know what. I guess they just take your position. So as soon as you see the funding fee, you don't argue with it. If they say we're changing it or something like the coin is going to shit zero, just get out, take your profit, move on to the next. There's like a million other fish in the sea. That's my last tip of the day. I got a million of them, kid. Like my homeboy Dijon Taylor says, I got a million of them. I'm gonna leave you with that one right there. And let's see, man. You guys gotta give me some music requests for next time, boy. I kind of mad at myself that we messed up the beginning of this stream with no sound. That was on me. I was dicking around with Meld Studio. My camera shit wasn't working right, and I was like, what the hell? So I was focused on the camera so much, forgot about the mic. Anyways, drop your questions in the chat though, or in the comments, because I'm gonna come back and answer them, or any specific things you want me to go over, or if you have any feedback for me on the stream. This is literally my second live stream ever. So right now, I'm just hung up on the technical bullshit. Once I really get all the technical bullshit figured out, that's when I'm gonna sit down and be live trading, and I probably won't be talking so much, right? We could have a party. Maybe this is another reason why I have some guests. We let the guests do the talking, and I'm gonna just be in like this. Cause this is how I am when I'm scalping. I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? I might be talking to myself or some shit, or talking to the screen, or talking shit. But like, I'm gonna be like ready to get in and get out. Like I'm ready. Boom, 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 boom. Like, so I'm saying. So like, but then you guys will see the action though. You know what I mean? You see, I'll either do it in Phemex or I'll either do it in Phemex or Breakout Prop. All right, that's it for your boy Cassius Cuvée for today. Appreciate y'all. One more time, share it with your friends, or just some of my videos, even if this live stream, especially just the beginning fucked up. Here's my Phemex referral code. G is an invitation code. If you put this in, that's how you get credit, and then the bot to verify on the Discord will automatically verify you when you put in your user ID from Phemex. But GMMNX5 and Breakout Prop discount code GGRF7W. That's all I got for y'all today, fellas. Send out Pro for Students, your boy Cassius Cuvée.